Hey guys, welcome to Dumping Net Friday, and this is a little bit different setup. This is actually my living room because my office is still a disaster from moving, and I am having a whole setup built of like a little filming studio setup built, so that is not happened yet at all. So bear with me as I'm doing this in my living room. Also, my cats are usually locked up, which they are not locked up, and right now Piper is smelling one of my lights and it's probably about to knock over, and I pray that it doesn't shatter. And then I have a Skylar here who is, ignore my microphone, is on the couch. Up, and here's Piper being a pest. So we just got a lot going on right now. So it is going to be a little bit different Dumping Net Friday, but I just wanted to get this out to you, and I'm just so excited for these questions. You guys have been so gracious to me, and I just love the questions. I love just relating with you guys and digging in and, solving some of those hard financial questions. So since this is just a weird Dumping Net Friday altogether, I'm going to start off by asking you guys a question, asking you guys for advice, because I get so much great feedback from you guys and I love learning from you. And I'm going through a new season of life. As you guys know, I am newly married, and that brings a whole lot of new stuff. So I now have my husband's lunches, and he has always been the type that eats out, loves eating out, is not big on home cooked meals. So eating dinners at home is an adjustment for him, and I would rather him not eat out for lunch every single day. I figured on average spending $10 a day, that's $200 a month, and that's $2,400 a year. That's crazy. So getting him to be okay with eating leftovers or bringing lunches. I want your tips. I want your tricks. Now, I'm not saying that he can never eat out if he doesn't have any work meetings, that he can never go out with them. But, I don't want that to be the norm. And I want to, make lunches that he's excited about and not dreading and not, another sandwich. So just give me some ideas. How do you get your husbands on board with it? Was it a transition? Please let me know. Give me all the tips that you have. I need some help with it. So that is that. All right, we are going to start off with some awesome questions. First one is from Michele Black. She says, "Hi Kelly, I've been following you for a while and learned how to set up an Excel budget. I'm not understanding how to work in cash envelopes into the budget. I took cash out at the beginning of the month and I'm keeping track every time I spend. But how do I not take it out twice?" Okay, so whatever you have budgeted for groceries, we're just going to use that cash envelope, or whatever cash envelope it is. So you have 3 cash envelopes, 5 cash envelopes, whatever amount you're doing, you take it out at one time or 2 times in the month. So say you're doing groceries. If you want to split it up into 2 times, so you're filling your cash envelopes in the month, like I do if you watch my cash envelope videos. The first time you take out 150, the second time 150. And you don't keep on taking it out. Once you take it out, you're done, and you know that. And then once you watch my Excel budgets for groceries, I have a list that I have every single purchase that I make. Every time I go to Aldi, every time I go to Publix, every time I go to Walmart, that's all listed there. And then it's broken down so it feeds to the grocery budget, so I can see where I am with that. If you have any questions on that, I think you got this from my tutorial on how to build a budget in Excel. So watch my monthly my monthly budget update videos. I do them twice a month. I didn't do the mid-month this one because the wedding, it was just too crazy. By the time I got back, it was already halfway through the month. So make sure you watch those. Those are really helpful of watching how I break it down. I have one coming out next week, next Friday, of how I wrapped up October. All right. Sara Mitchell asks, "How do you keep FPL so low in the summer months?" FPL is our electric bill here in Florida. I have the AC set at 77 and try to keep lights, etc. off. Our bill is $150 plus. This month, because we're without electric for 4 days, probably because of Irma, if you're living in Florida, it was $125. But man, even in the winter months with the AC off, our bill has never been that low. Okay, so I actually did a whole video on this of how I save money on electricity, and it's a lot of little things that add up. Not only just making sure the lights are off. Yes, that's a big one, but also unplugging things. Any appliances or anything that I'm not using, it's unplugged. I have one of those like 5x, 7x magnification mirrors with the light around it in my bathroom that I do my makeup in. If I'm not using it, it's unplugged. When I go to use it each time, I plug it in at that time and then unplug it when I'm done. The microwave, I keep that unplugged. The air fryer, the coffee maker, all of that, I always leave that unplugged. One thing that I do is a lot of power strips. So when those things aren't in use, I unplug the entire power strip. It makes it so easy. Then when you want to use it, you plug the power strip back in. They say that just unplugging things saves 10% of your bill. So if you're spending $150, right there you're knocking it off 15%. I don't do big things like refrigerator, stove, washer, dryer, stuff like that, but anything small, I unplug all that because it is sucking electricity. Making sure in Florida with the heat, I make sure that our blinds are always drawn so that the sun's not getting in, because when the sun's in, it's baking it so that the AC is having to work up. Even if it's on 77 and the AC has to get up to that point, it's 90 degrees outside, so it takes a lot to keep it even at 77. A lot of those little things add up. I don't dry my clothes very often. I hang dry them. So I have some of those hangers, like the things you use in college, those things that you get from Bed Bath & Beyond. And then I have a line not a line, but just a bar that if it's a shirt that's going to get hung up, I just put it in the hanger and then I hang it up and let it air dry. If I do have to use a dryer, I use dryer balls rather than lint sheets, just because the dryer balls, they cut dry time like in half. I swear, for me to dry a load of towels, full load, because I don't wash them unless it's a full load, it is like 30 minutes. Whereas before it used to be over an hour to wash a load of towels. So because the way that the dryer balls work is I actually have two. I have, and I'll link them down below for you on Amazon. I have the wool ones, which really help to beat out the moisture and everything, kind of like tennis balls. And then I have the plastic ones that have a hole in them that lets steam out, so it steams them as they go. So it also helps with wrinkles. Dryer balls, I live by them. They are one of the best inventions ever. I absolutely love them. So that is a huge, huge way that I'm able to save money on electricity. And go check out that video of how I save money on my electric bill. I'll link it down below for you. Next one is from pmexplore. They say, congratulations. Do you know anyone who did a wedding under $5,000? Look for an example budget. I don't. I did my wedding on a $30,000 cash budget. As you guys saw, I did a video last week of the breakdown of the budget, and I was actually under budget by $900. So it was a $29,000 budget. But just cut wherever you can. The biggest cost that you're going to have in it is the food. So, and the way that the venue does the food. Some venues, they let you bring in your own caterer. If that's the case, that's a great way to save money. Have like a taco bar. Have something simple. Have a potluck if you're really looking to, save a lot. But ours did per head. So we were paying $100 a head, and I think it was a little bit more than $100 a head. So that's the venue cost. That's the room rental, the lights, the caterers, the hors d'oeuvres, all of that is all included in that. So that's going to be your biggest price. Be careful with do-it-yourself. A lot of the do-it-yourself, it's not the best quality, doesn't come out right. Yes, you can save a lot of money in certain aspects, but you really cut down on quality. And sometimes it's just easier just to have someone do it. But some of them are really helpful. Like, for instance, our place cards, we found them on Amazon for $150, and we made them for, I think, under 20. So it took a lot of work. We were doing them during Hurricane Irma by a little lantern with no power, but we did them, and they were beautiful. And that saved us a lot of money. So little things like that, they do add up. But yeah, just search $5,000 wedding. I'm sure you can find a lot on Pinterest. And, as the more that you invite, the more that it's going to go up, because food and everything like that costs a lot. Alcohol costs a lot. And that's one expense that really goes up there. So yeah, also different days of the week. If you get married during the week, it's going to be a big discount. We got a discount for getting married on a Friday. I think we got $20 off a person, which was huge for getting married on a Friday versus a Saturday. In season, out of season, that's huge too. In Florida, season runs from October 1st all the way through like June time, and then July, August, September, which is like scolding hot here, that's off season. So getting married in the off season. But I know up north, summer is peak season for weddings. So just depending on where you live in the country, get married in the off season. So those are some tips for you. Sandra Lee asks, now that your wedding is paid off, what are your next money goals? Okay, so we have 3 main goals that I'm so excited for. The first one, as you guys know, we are debt free and we are following Dave Ramsey baby steps. So we have our $1,000 emergency fund, our debt paid off, and the next one is our 3 to 6 month emergency fund. So we have the $1,000 from the previous one, from baby step 1. Then we are adding the $900 to it that we have left over from the wedding. So we're at $1,900. So we're going to be saving the 3 to 6 months. We still don't know how much that's going to be yet, a rough number. I want to get 2 to 3 months of budgeting of Jamie and I under our belts and see how much, it's going to cost to live and everything. We're still figuring out insurances, adding him onto my plan, and how much groceries are going to cost, how much eating out is going to be, how much all of that. So we're going to figure out all of that, and then that's number 1. Number 2 is we are saving for a new car. My car is bad. It's getting up there, and I don't feel safe driving her, especially in the rain. I do not like driving in the rain whatsoever, unless I absolutely have to, like it's work or something like that. Then I drive, but other than that, I do not drive in the rain. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. And then the next one is a down payment. We want to put a nice down payment on a house, and we'd ultimately like to build. So I don't know how realistic that is. In our area, there isn't much property, but our dream is to build. So we may, move out west a little bit, away from the beach. We may buy something with Noel's house and tear it down. Who knows? But we're gonna be saving at least 20% down payment. And then, and for the car, we're doing cash for the car. I would love an Equinox, a Chevy Equinox, and one that's like a year or 2 old. It's about 16 grand. So we're gonna be saving to pay cash for that, and that is my Dave car. And a lot of people use the Dave car term incorrectly. I did for years as well. And I was that Dave car was your drunker. No, Dave car is your dream car when you get out of debt and you pay cash for it. So I cannot wait for my Dave car. I'm so excited for it. So we're gonna be paying for the cash for that. So all 3 of those goals are big, big goals, multi-$1,000 goals. Is that a term, multi-thousand? Excuse me. But that is where we're at, and we're so excited for it. All right, next thing. What is something that you spent more on your wedding that you didn't expect, but you were glad you did? DJ. DJ was something that I wanted to cut the cost of. I wanted to do super basic DJ. I know that our DJ was awesome, but I didn't want to do all the extras. I know Jamie had worked for our DJ before, and he does a really cool combo of DJ and band as well. Excuse Skylar, she's playing. And so he wanted to do all these band members and sax and percussion and violin, all this stuff. And I was like, we don't need this. Like, we have a DJ, people are going to be dancing, they're going to be drinking. We don't need this. Well, he convinced me, and we had a percussionist, and then we also had a guy that did duo, sax, and violin. And he was like for some of the country songs, went fiddle, and it had LED lights on it. It was awesome. It was so much fun, such a party, and everyone loved it. People are still talking about the DJ and the violinist, and he was getting all up in the people when they're dancing. He had chairs pulled out for him, and he was dancing. People are doing it, and people danced all around him. It was awesome. So that's something that I'm glad that we splurged on, and I'm glad that I wasn't too stingy. All right, now it is time for the money wins. I love this. So let me know your money wins, guys, and I will be sure to answer or to read them off and congratulate you with them. So this one is from Andy CFR, and he's from the UK. And he said, congratulations on getting married firstly. and for keeping it under budget. Also, for starting baby step 3. I just finished baby step 3 and it's the best feeling ever. Wish you all the luck in the world. That is awesome! Baby step 3 is a huge accomplishment. Like I said, that is your 3 to 6 month of emergency fund saved in cash for anything that comes up. That is so awesome. That is such a great accomplishment. I cannot wait for you to start baby step 4, 5, and 6, and that is so exciting. I'm so happy for you, Andy. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. And also, stay tuned for tomorrow. I think at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, Saturday, we are going to do a live recap of the wedding, Jamie and I convinced Jamie to do it with me, and we're going to sit down and talk to you guys about the wedding, and it's going to be awesome. So stay tuned for that, and let me know if you have any wedding questions as well, like what happened, different things like that, and I will be sure to answer them tomorrow on the live stream. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.